Hey fellas, well, with me getting ready to rewatch the first season of Amphibia again on Disney Plus, as well as prep for the upcoming second, third seasons, which will be starting next week on the 11th. As part of the log alongside has also enjoying so far. Or I thought I would do something a little different and give you a sort of video what some things I might like to see in the upcoming new seasons. And I mean, much as I have with some other subject matter before, or so, there will be some spoilers for the first season. I plan a disclaimer, so go watch if you haven't already. And also, it's a really good show, so let's ribbit jump on it and get this thing started. This has already been shown on source and the promotional material for the upcoming seasons, but I'm glad I'd like to see more of this, given how they're going to be showing how they're going to be going beyond Wartward and eventually further in the valley. I need to find out more about how to get Anne back to her world on Earth, and I'm actually really liking what they've done so far. Her in terms of it, that I always think it's always important for any work, whether it's anime or not, to make the setting integral to your story or to explore that setting in a unique, interesting way. Hey, since I find that for a lot of series I enjoy this, and we've already seen all kinds of environments and creatures inhabiting the world. Hell, even a lot of these ones kind of potentially lethal, all flora and fauna. Uh, I definitely will continue this as in the other points I'm going to be addressing in this list here. So, exactly. Yeah. Much like the journals Gravity Falls, I can tell that the Calamity Box, the moment when it was first seen, and even as well as when it was lifted from that thrift store, or that's going to be an important one to plot, as well as as we get just gets hints of the power it has, given how it transported an Anne and her classmates there to Amphibia, but we don't really get much beyond on the implication that the power could has the potential to cause great chaos and disaster in the wrong hands. And even though those jewels lost their luster on there, my guess is that if they regain their heinous, they could be as potentially as destructive as the Infinity Stones. Maybe not in the sense of, well, we got half of all life in the universe snap one's fingers, but the etchings in the box do not seem like a good omen at all. Given Matt Braley's work on Gravity Falls, going really shine through the writing and the animation of the series, I very much like to see this explored in the upcoming seasons ahead. Definitely. Yep, this was definitely going to be an obvious pick for this list. Given how how Hop Pop is their grandfather and is 68, so it's not he may not be as unscrupulous as Grungle Stan is, but it's definitely can be as crotchety and but still generally does care for his grandchildren once and all, as well as Anne as a surrogate one. But here's the rub. Given how Polly is a polywog and Hop Pop has known Sprig since he was one, this begs the question, and what exactly happened and to Sprig and Polly's parents? I'm not entirely certain and if or how they're going to explore this, but given how they handled the Duck storyline, right, in the 2017 DuckTales reboot, which is excellent by the way, but the show and the way they handle that plot line, it has the potential to be every bit as emotional gut punch as that. I may love that Nintendo game as well as its remastered, but even as someone who loves Moon, they will never be here the same one again with the lyrics. Yeah. I mean, Obvi, he as this show has now got me saying a lot lately. I mean, so I could talk in context short for obvious, but given how a large part of the show is not only Anne learning more about the world around her, but also more about herself, it would only be natural if we got to see more of her before that fateful day he she he got that music box from the thrift store. I actually like how some of the we only see brief glimpses in his in the first season now. Like if that was continued, who'd who'd along in this his second and third, in the second and third ones. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything major, here, but we do see how she interacts with her teachers, her other classmates, hates other people in the town where she lived, and even though we only heard her parents mean, and it would be interesting to see how that would reflect on her. I mean, heck, I even like the little Easter eggs, like in one of the shots I just showed you there. Rewatching these episodes again, and I mean, like not in the thrift store, not only do we see a little bit of things like what appears to be like a little scene like Mrs. Potts Ship meeting the Beast, and the guy like in the shirt, which appears to be like Sid Ship from the Toy Story series. He's behind the counter with the sign, as well as the Maneki Neko on the shelf. We also have like a Sega Dreamcast with what appears to be copies of Sonic Adventure Crazy Taxi, both fun games on Sega's last console, which is going to go out on, and a sweet plum on the taste of like 128-bit gaming. But again, that's a matter another time. Yeah. Yeah. On top of how many visual and premise cues I'm seeing this show is taken from anime, I also wouldn't mind if there was a redemption arc for Sasha Swordsman. They could handle it similarly towards maybe Hannah Pacifica's Gravity Falls to the point where her arc actually retroactively he made her character in the first season of that show much more than we initially let on, which and they've already managed to set this up pretty nicely, like given how on a service level, yeah, she may be your typical whole mean girl archetype, but when you start picking about those layers, her is much like Anne, just doing what she can to survive in that environment, which is definitely a not one that's easy to do. Who I'll definitely be addressing this number one point, but especially with her relationship with Captain Grime, I'm the Toad Warrior, which definitely is acting like a sort of despot over many of the villages before Hop Pop unwillingly inspires who's in revolt against their oppressors. Hers. And also, it's not like it's totally out of possibility. Like, keep in mind some key ones in the finale, like before they even went to this land. She stuck up for Anne at the bike rack. She was having her breakfast, man. And when they were trying to pull up, she actually let go. Oh, so they could had escape. I mean, I could even see something similar to how some parts of like with Vader, more recently Kylo, have tried actually overthrew their superiors, making an attempt to even not only do it better, but also kind of play the long game, trying to redeem themselves. I mean, and my number one pick is definitely one on I've been asking since the show started. and I'm not the only one who has either. I mean, but before I got an honorable mention, Avi, this Tyrone Cinderella probably would like her Converse back. I mean, but that's something even bigger. I have for my number one. Yep. Again, this was definitely gonna be my number one on choice even before I started deciding what I want to do this video. Obvi, given how these are the three students that were sent to this world from ours. So far, I'm not entirely sure Marcy's even had any lines yet, but because of that, and given her outfit, it has she's shown with a makeshift weapon and a cloak and a gas mask, so she's got her pandemic mech gear ready. I think her apocalypse gear is closer to Marco's in that one parallel universe than Anne's would be. He, given how she definitely wouldn't have a place in Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm also looking forward to see one PS5, but still, that's beside the point. That's one of the things I was wondering much about. What is she like personally? How did she get along with Anne and other people back home? Home. And on that note, how is she doing? Like, how is she surviving? Where is she staying? How is she getting food and water? I mean, is she finding a permanent patty to address as Sir? I really want to know this especially, and it's one of the most. It's probably the most the number one theme I'm intrigued to see most. With the second season and third season once the former begins and is airing next Saturday evening, and so I'm gonna get back to binging this from the beginning, just so you know. And also, I have another video for Disney Plus whole. This isn't it, but you should know the one by tomorrow. Once it starts streaming, especially given the circumstances. So later.